Hi, this is Mato. In this video I will show you the game between Tal and Smyslov. This is the game from the Candidates tournament that was played in Yugoslavia in 1959. In this game Tal had white pieces and he started with e4. Smyslov played c6. This looks like Caro-Kann defense. d3 was played. The most common move in this position is d4, but this was like a little surprise. d3, d5, knight to d2, e5, knight from g to f3, attacking pawn on e5, knight to d7, defending, and now pushing the same pawn again. d4 was played. d takes on e4, knight takes on e4, pawn takes pawn on d4, and queen takes on d4. Knight from g to f6, bishop to g5, pinning knight, bishop to e7, unpinning, and Tal castle at queenside, Smyslov castle at kingside. Knight to d6, queen to a5, attacking pawn on a2, bishop to c4, developing bishop and defending pawn on a2, b5, attacking bishop, bishop to d2, attacking queen, queen to a6, queen is keeping an eye on pawn on a2, knight to f5, attacking bishop on e7, bishop to d8, and we have reached critical position of the game. It is white to move, and white even hasn't got a killer move. Before you pause this video, if you wish to pause, I will show you two variations that don't work. For example, bishop to d3 is not good in view of this continuation. Queen takes on a2, threatening checkmate. But if bishop to b3, defending pawn on a2, there is another problem. c5, attacking queen, and after, for example, queen to e3, c4, black is winning the bishop and the game. So how should white continue? What would be your continuation in this position? Tal played queen to h4, sacrificing his bishop. Pawn takes bishop. Queen to g5. Threat is queen takes pawn on g7, checkmate. Smyslov can play g6. It leads to draw. For example, g6, and after check, king goes to g7, check. It would be draw by perpetual. But if instead king goes to h8, then white would be winning. For example, bishop to c3, and after pawn takes knight, queen to h6, rook to g8, knight to g5, and white is winning. But Smyslov had a draw. However, Smyslov wasn't interested in a draw. He wanted to win the game. He played knight to h5, and now sensible looking move is queen takes knight. If queen takes knight, then knight to f6, attacking queen, and after, for example, queen to g5, bishop takes knight, and black is better. Black would be winning. So in this position, instead of queen takes knight, Tal played another move. What would you play? Would you play this? Check. Pawn is pinned. King to h8. And now Tal captured knight on h5. Queen takes pawn on a2, threat is checkmate. Bishop to c3. Knight to f6, attacking queen, and we have reached critical position of the game. It is white to move and to play a killer move. Please pause the video and try to find the killer move that Tal played in this position. Ready? Did you find the killer move? Before I show you the killer move, I will show you a sensible move that probably Smyslov thought that it would be played. So queen to e5 is a sensible looking move. Then perhaps this could be continuation, queen to a1, and after king to d2, perhaps queen to a4, and maybe bishop to e6 and so on, and black is doing alright. However, there was a big surprise, and that was queen takes pawn on f7, threatening queen takes rook. If rook takes queen, which looks like a first move that comes to mind, then rook takes bishop check, and that's all over. Checkmate. So Smyslov played queen to a1 check, king to d2, and now rook is not reaching bishop now. So Smyslov captured queen with rook on f7. Knight takes rook, check. King to g8. Attacking knight, but now rook takes queen. King takes knight. Check. King to e6. Knight takes pawn on c6. Knight to e4, check. King to e3. Bishop to b6, check. Bishop to d4. And black resigned. White is exchange and pawn up. I will not pretend that I know how the game could continue, and I will not provide variation which shows how white would win. Smyslov had enough for that day. He resigned to avoid the mental torture and to save his energy for the next day, for the next game. But going back to that move 19, queen takes pawn on f7, this is equivalent to knockout in boxing. Smyslov didn't see it coming. Interesting, isn't it? And that is all. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. I wish you good luck with your chess, and bye for now.